So today we are going to start Apache web server. So to configure Apache web server, the prerequisite is DNS server. So without the DNS server, the Apache websites cannot resolve. So already we configured DNS server just to start the service. Service named is start. Check the DNS statistics. Dig www.india.com. Status should be no error. So here status no error, and server IP address here you have to check server 18. So port number is 53. Now your DNS is working fine. Now I am going to configure Apache web server. So Apache web server. So Apache is a web server to configure websites in the system. So it supports, you can configure Apache on Windows, you can configure Apache on Linux. It is a third party software. The foundation of WW is HTTP, so Hypertext Transmission Protocol. The HTTP is a simple TCP based protocol that is used to format, transmit and link the documents. Say you can have number of web pages by clicking the topics. You can open the separate links. So the foundation of WW is HTTP. The HTTP is simple TCP based protocol that is used to format, transmit and link the documents. The HTTP program contains different types of media, including text, pictures, animation, sound and video. So you can take any website, you can have the text, you can have the pictures, you can have the animations, you can have the sound, you can have the video. The HTTPD program, the HTTP protocol listens the port number 80 and provides the documents to requesting users. See, whoever accessing, if you are typing www.gmail.com, google.com, yahoo.com, aws.com, the requesting document come to you. So it listens the port number 80 and provides the documents to requesting users. The users can access any HTTP browser, any HTTP site from any web browser. So what are the web browsers we are having? Internet Explorer, some of the Google Chrome, the Mozilla Firefox. Like this, you can have different types of web browsers. From any web browser, you can log into the any website, nothing but a HTTP site. Now, the configuration of Apache web server in Linux. So requirements, first RPM, HTTPD, port number 80, daemon. Daemon is nothing but a background process or service. HTTPD, config file, httpd.conf, location /etc/httpd. So these are the things you have to you have to remember at the time of interview point of view. So configuration of Apache web server, what are the requirements, what is the required package, HTTPD, what is the port number of Apache 80, what is the daemon of Apache, HTTPD, what is the configuration file of Apache, httpd.conf, what is the location, location is /etc/httpd /conf directory /conf. So now we are going to configure Apache websites. So the Apache supports the following websites. The following websites. First one, IP based websites. See, for IP based websites, you no need to require DNS server because IP address directly you can open the website. But what are the websites we are going to access in real time internet scenarios? Google.com, Yahoo.com, Reddit.com, Gmail.com. By using the names only, we are going to open the websites because we cannot remember the websites with numbers. We can have millions of websites. You cannot remember that much of IP addressing. That is the reason you can remember with the names. So, but you can also configure IP based website. Second one, host based websites. These are called name based websites. Host based website. By using the name like Gmail, Google, Yahoo, we can configure the website. Third one, technical word is virtual host based websites. Virtual host based websites. It means single IP, multiple websites, multiple websites. For example, we can have some web hosting companies we are having like Monster. So they started their company by web hosting only. It means so you can take one web server, you can take one server, you can install Linux, you can configure one web server. You can go to the private companies, offices like hospitals, schools, colleges. You can connect them. You can ask them, we are going to manage the websites. So what is your website name? If you write, we will manage your website. Like that, they will communicate. So many people, they will take their website names www.abc.com, www.xyz.com, www.123.com. Like that, they will take the names of the companies. They will buy one public IP from ISP provider. By using that public IP, they can configure number of websites. So single IP, multiple websites. See, as a company owner, you are not going to ask what is my IP address. You are going to ask my company is ABC. My domain name I want www.abc.com. Is it available or not? It is not available. abc.net, abc.in, like that any name which is available you can buy and so you can give the opportunity to them. They can configure your website. They will manage your website. For that, they will take some amount for a year, depending upon your database, how much you are uploading to your website. 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees, they will charge you. It's like that. So any web hosting companies, they will buy some public IPs. They will come configure number of websites. That is nothing but a virtual host websites. Like now, what you want to do, single IP, single website. So I can buy my own website. So they will give one public IP address to you that is dedicated for you only. So nobody cannot use that IP address. These are called public websites. You have to buy one public IP. You can set up your own website, your company website. So many companies are having their own websites. So like that, single IP, single website means dedicated website, and port based websites. See, internally, the companies, whatever the website or IP address they are going to use, IP is same. For example, 192.168.0.18. But by using different ports, you can configure different websites. Java department, port number 3000. Oracle department, 3001. Accounts department, 3002. So IP is same, but ports listening are different ports you can configure. You can also configure that type of websites also. Now we are going to configure Apache web server. How to configure Apache web server? What are the different types of websites we are going to configure? We are going to start from first IP based website. So no need to require DNS for this. If you have the proper IP address to your system, so you can check the IP address ifconfig. So IP address is 192.168.0.18. Now I am going to configure one website by using this IP address. First, check the package is installed or not. So by default, this package is installed. If it is not installed, you can install the package by using RPM or M server, whatever the concepts we so far we completed. So package is available. Now open the configuration file of Apache vi/etc httpd/conf/httpd.conf. So open this configuration file. Now this is a big configuration file. Now they given some examples scripts how to configure the website. So open this file, go to last line, escape shift G. So here virtual host to virtual host, we have 7 lines are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. So move the cursor to first virtual host, 7YY, escape 7YY. YY means anchored, 7 lines, copy. So move the cursor to last line, P. P means paste. So 7 lines copied and paste. So escape O, insert a new line between the two scripts. Remove the hashes, escape X. Then remove the error log and custom log. These files from real-time scenarios we can use where the logs is going to be stored. They will give the path we are going to write here. But our configuration, I am removing these 2 lines. Now here, go to the first line. Virtual host star is there. Star means any. But I want to configure the website by using the IP address 192.168.0.18. So this is the IP address I am going to configure the website. So server admin, who is the administrative person of Apache? Webmaster. What is the domain name? India.com. This is my DNS domain name I am using for first website. Next, document root, where your HTML files are located. /var/www. So HTML directory, this is the default directory in Linux where the HTML files are located. In Windows we have C:, some web root, some directory will come here where www html/india. So that is the directory you are going to be create. The India related websites, web pages, I am going to configure in the directory where www html India directory. So server name, how to access your website? So I am going to access my website by using www. I am not going I am not going to access like server18.india.com. So you are going to access the website with the www program. So like this, so IP address :port number 80, by default it listens the port number 80, who is the server admin, webmaster at their domain name, where your HTML files are located, where www.html already by default the system path is there. So we have to create India directory because we are going to configure India website. How to access your server? www.india.com. Now save the file. Go to where www.html. So here nothing is there. First time we are going to configure the website in the Linux server. So create directory India. Already you written in the Apache web server configuration file. Go to India. So here create one index.html file. So any website will start from the index.html file. Now here I am writing this is my India web server. To save the file, Control D. Now start the Apache web service. Service httpd start. Now open the web browser Firefox. So in Windows, Internet Explorer is the web browser. In Linux, the default web browser is Firefox. Enter. Now web browser is opened. Now I want to check whether my configuration is properly configured or not. Is there any errors? http://192.168.0.18. So IP based. See, this is my India web server. I configured one website here. Real times, who knows HTML programming, you can design your web pages. So I don't know the HTML programming. That is the reason I written the text here. So now by default, this 192.168.0.18 system resolved with DNS domain name because itself it is the IP address of DNS server. So by default, this IP address is resolved with www.india.com. See, same website will come because this is the DNS server IP address. That is the reason the DNS name also automatically will resolve. So host-based websites means instead of IP address we written in the configuration file, instead of IP address you can write the name www.india.com, www.gmail.com, like that. So here already we configured one website by using the background IP address is 192.168.0.18. By default, it resolving with India.com. Already one website is created by using that IP address, that is India.com. But now what I want to do, I want to configure another website by using same IP address. So I am not going to change any IP address. By using the same IP address only, I want to configure number of websites. This is called virtual host based websites. So from this type of website configuration onwards, you must have the DNS name resolution entries for each and every website. You have to provide the DNS name resolution. So configuration of single IP multiple websites. Now open the DNS configuration file va/etc/named dot rfc1912.zones. So this is the DNS configuration file. Open this file. Here already at the time of configuration of DNS, we written the DNS domain name and forward lookup zone. So for any website, you have to copy these 5 lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So go to DNS domain name and forward lookup zone entries, escape 5YY, 5 lines. P means paste the lines. Now, which website you want to configure, give that name. So I want to configure the website name with earth.com. So forward lookup zone we have to configure because domain name to IP address you have to resolve. That is the reason the website will work. Otherwise it will not work. That is the reason only we are giving the DNS entries. So domain zone, domain name is earth.com. Type master, file name is earth.flz, forward lookup zone. Only forward lookup zone. Reverse lookup zone no need to configure because you are not resolving from IP to name. You are going to resolve from name to IP. Save the file. Now go to where named directory where the zone files are located. So already one zone file we configured. Copy that one. cp india.flz to earth.flz. So now earth.flz is created, copied. Now open the file vi earth.flz. So already india.flz there is already written script is there. Just I copied and I open this file. I want to do some changes here. So where the name India is there, we have to replace with the Gmail, sorry, Earth. So where India is there, we have to replace. So manually, if I go for every one line, it replacing means it will take more time because here only less entries are there. In real times, we can have the thousands of entries. So I want to replace the name India with Gmail. There is a small script is there. Small command is there. Escape command. Escape shift colon. 1 comma dollar s means stretch. Search the string India. Replace with Gmail /G. So first line 1 comma dollar from beginning of the line. Search the string India. Replace with Gmail. So where you want to replace? Only one line or so globally? G means globally. Globally means entire file. Now enter. Now see where the name India is there. It replaced with Gmail. 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 So now save the file. Save this file. Now start the DNS service. Otherwise it will not resolve. Service named restart. Now check dig www.earth.com. Status should be no error. Then only it will resolve. Servers could not be reached. ls go to where named directory. ls check the earth.flz. So here we given Gmail. See, this type of errors will come. So frequently I will use Gmail. That is the reason I given Gmail. But our website name is Earth. So open this file again. We given the name here Earth, but replace it with Gmail. So escape shift colon 1 comma dollar s. That is the reason we have to check the name resolution. Then we can find out the errors. Otherwise, if you configure Apache website, it will not work. /Gmail /earth/G. Escape shift colon 1 comma dollar s /Gmail /earth/G. So now this is correct. So we given earth is the website name, but we given Gmail. So save the file. Now restart the service. Service named restart dig www.earth.com. So now see status no error. Now you can configure the Apache website. So without getting status no error, if you configure the website also no use, it will not open, it will not resolve. Now open the configuration file va/etc httpd conf httpd.conf. Open this file, set the line numbers, escape shift colon set space nu. Set the line numbers. Go to the line number 990. Escape shift colon line number 990. Now see here, name virtual host. On which IP address you are going to configure the multiple websites, you have to tell. So copy and paste the line. Escape YYP. Remove the hash. So if you forget to remove hash, again websites will not work. Now on which IP address I am configuring the multiple websites on 192.168.0.18. Now remove the hash. Now go to last line. So already we configured one website. I am removing the line numbers. Escape shift colon set space no nu. So now copy these 5 lines. Escape 5YYP. Now what is the website name? www.earth.com. You have to write now here www.earth.com. Remove this one. Now website name Earth. where www.html earth www.india.com server name earth. Save the file. So virtual host www.earth.com, server admin webmaster@earth.com, document root where www.html the default path, but website is different. So we are going to create directory earth. So server name how to access www.earth.com. Save the file. Go to where www html directory, already India is there. Create earth. Separate websites. Now go to earth directory, cat index.html. This is my earth website. Save the file. Now service httpd restart. Now open the Firefox web browser. Now type www.earth.com. See, this is my earth website. See, background IP address is 18 only. Now type india.com, www.india.com. Now this is my India web server. Like this, again you can go to the DNS, again copy the file lines, forward lookup zone lines. Same whatever the steps we given, just change the domain name, configure another website. Like this, depending upon your bandwidth of your network 64 to 128 websites you can configure by using single IP. That is depends on bandwidth. Now close the Firefox. Now single IP, single website. For example, your company people bought one public IP, what they will tell, so this is our public IP, configure into the system this IP, then configure one dedicated website that is dedicated. Now we can configure additional IP address in Linux. If config eth0:0, I am giving 192.168.0.20. Check the IP address is configured or not. So this is the dedicated IP. This is also dedicated, but this IP we are using for virtual host based websites, multiple websites. This is I am going to use for dedicated website. So any website, first step you have to think about DNS name resolution. Open the configuration file etc named.rfc1912.zones. Here copy the 5 forward lookup zone and domain name and forward lookup zones, escape 5 yy, paste the lines. Here change the domain name. Which domain name you want to, which website name you want to give? I want to give moon.com. Forward lookup zone moon.flz. So like this. So earth.com I created one website. Now moon.com dedicated website. Save the file. Go to where named directory, cp india.flz to moon.flz. So open vi moon.flz. So just we entered into the forward lookup zone location where named directory, copy the existing configuration file india.flz zone file to moon.flz. Open the moon.flz file. Now change the domain name, escape shift colon 1 comma $s space slash India slash moon slash g. So changing the domain name. So previously we saved here, we went for Apache web configuration, we configured. Now this is dedicated website. So I have to change IP address also here. Escape shift colon 1 comma $s slash 192.168.0.18 slash 192.168.0.20. This is dedicated. Change the IP also. Next, change the host name also. Escape shift colon 1 comma $s slash server 18 to I am changing as server 20 slash g means globally. See what we did here. We changed domain name, we changed IP address, we changed host name. This is dedicated. Nobody can access this one. So you can only configure your own website. You can hosting on the web environment. Save the file. Now service named restart compulsory. How to restart the service. Now check status should be no error. Dig www.moon.com. Status no error. Then you can configure the website. Without getting this information, you cannot configure website. If you configure also, your website cannot be accessible. DNS name resolution compulsory. Now open configuration file of apache vi /etc httpd conf httpd.conf. Go to last 5 lines. Copy the last 5 lines. Escape 5yy. Paste the lines. So here what is the website name? We given moon.com. www.moon.com. This is dedicated. Webmaster @ moon.com. Document root where www html moon. Separate websites. What is the server name? www.moon.com. So same scenario, only the domain name is changing. Here earth.com, here moon.com. This is single IP multiple websites. This is a dedicated website. All these configurations were done DNS level only. Save the file. Service service httpd restart. Now go to where www html. So mkdir moon cd moon. Now cat index.html. This is dedicated. Just now I am writing for our understanding moon website. But when you are accessing website in internet, you cannot know, you cannot aware it is host based. It is so it is single IP multiple website. It is single IP single website. You cannot understand. But as a Apache web server web administrator, you can understand. As a Linux administrator, you can understand which is single IP multiple websites, which is single IP single website. So save the file. Control D. Service httpd restart. Firefox. Now you can check here www.moon.com. So this is dedicated moon website. So next to port based website configuration. Same steps repeat. DNS name resolution etc named dot rfc 1912.zones. Copy the 5 forward lookup zone file names. Escape 5yy p. Now write down the next domain name, website name, sky.com. Sky.flz. Save the file. Same steps repeat. Name only change. Where named cpindia.flz. Sky.flz. Open sky.flz. Now change the domain name. Here this is not dedicated, just port based. Escape shift colon 1 comma $s slash India slash sky slash G. So globally change the where the name is India to sky. Save the file, name is changed. Save the file. Service named restart. Dig www.sky.com. Status should be no error. Now open the Apache web server configuration file. va/var va/etc httpd conf httpd.conf. Go to last line. Copy the file and sk5yy. This is port based. We have to change the port. We have to write the port number here. sk5yy p. So here what you have to do, you have to write port number. Listen. So port number generally in real time scenarios they will give. Don't bother about which port number you have to select. So I am giving listen port number 3000 which are not using for any other service. So here you can write either IP address or domain name. I am writing IP address 192.168.0.18 colon port number I am changing here 3000. Listen the port number 3000 by default is 80. Now I want to change the port number. Listen port number 3000. So domain name sky.com where the HTML files are located sky. So what is the server name? www.sky.com. Save the file. Now go to var www.html. Create one directory mkdir sky. Go to the directory. Create index.html file. This is port based sky website. So you can write any text. Save the file. Now service httpd restart. Now open the web browser Firefox. Open the web browser now. Now here you can type http://192.168.0.18. So if you press enter here, default website to India will come. But I want to access with the port number 3000. See, this is port based Sky website. So you remove the port number and check. It will read the default to India. Now give the port number and check. This is port based Sky website. Like this, in real-time scenarios, you can configure different websites by using Apache web browser. So the prerequisite is to configure Apache web server. DNS is must. So if you want to practice Apache web server, you must have the strong skills on configuration of DNS server without any error. Then if your DNS is working properly in your server, in your system, then you can go for the Apache web server. These are very important topics in real-time scenarios. Domain name services, how to work, web servers, websites, how to work. It is compulsory entry point of questions they will raise in interview, which are going to put the experience or non-experience also, or freshers also, they will ask a small questions on these things. So these you have to practice. Today we are going to stop here. Next class we are going to discuss about centralization of administration in Linux. Like in Windows we have Active Directory domain services. In Linux we have a NIS server, naming information service or naming information system for configuring centralization of administration in Linux environment. The next class we are going to discuss. So thank you. So you have to practice properly every day, 1 hour, 2 hours. You have to practice whatever the previous classes we completed from beginning onwards, which are standalone administration topics, which are networking topics, which server so far we covered: telnet server, SSH server, FTP server, NFS server, Samba server, DNS server. So practice every day 1 hour or 2 hours, then you can get the hands-on knowledge on Linux server administration. Then you can go through any technology in the world. Okay, thank you. Tomorrow next class we are going to discuss NIS.